I shaved my head about a week ago. I shaved it off in the beginning of spring break so that I could play with it and get used to it before I returned back to school because I would be worried about what other people would think about me. And now I realize I don't really care anymore because it's not that big of a deal. Like for the first week I'm back at school, people are going to make fun of me and shit and they're going to laugh. And they're like, after a week, they're just going to get used to it. And like nobody cares. Everyone has moved on from that point. So if you're considering about getting a buzz cut, you just have to really go through those first couple of days where people make fun of you, because after that, like, nobody cares. And I did it with a couple of friends, so they got buzz cuts as well, and they tell me that I look better. I did not get a buzz cut to look better, because if you look ugly without hair, you just look ugly. Shaving your head is like an ego check, because you realize you aren't actually as good looking as you thought you were. Like if you think you're good looking right now, but whenever your forehead is exposed, you feel kind of insecure, that's probably the number one reason to get your shit buzzed off. And you know, if you have a round face, if you ever get like those short haircuts or like those shitty haircuts where you have like a fade and your hair is just like short like this and you look awful. I looked like this back in 7th grade. Most guys watching this video are probably still in that high school mentality. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole or anything, but I guarantee like the majority of guys my age are just 90% hair. Like their hair carries their look so much to a point where they're scared of getting their forehead exposed when it's a windy day. Shit like that. I used to be like that. Now, if you're in the high school mentality, if you're playing that high school game, that means you're playing with high school girls, because you could have no muscle, 18-20% body fat, no jawline, no abs, no money, and you could still pull girls as long as you look decently attractive and you have a nice head of hair. And you could pull this shit off in middle school and high school. But again, when you get to your 20s and all you have is your hair, you're fucked. That's why it's so important to get your hair buzzed, or like buzzed off or shaved off young, so you could go through the trials and tribulations of improving how you actually look. When you shave your head, you don't have to think about girls anymore. But on top of that, you don't have to think about your hair. You could wake up, take a shower, dry it off in like 10 seconds, and head to school or head to work. If you have a full head of hair right now, I guarantee you nobody gives a fuck and nobody notices about the minor mistakes in your hair. Maybe one side is lopsided, maybe one's longer than the other, or maybe your hair's straighter than before, whatever. Nobody notices because you are the only person that looks at your hair the most, so you notice the minor details, of course. But when you have hair, you think about it so much. Especially when I had hair, I would just go on my phone, open the camera app, and just make sure I was looking all right. In between classes in school, during break, during lunch, I would go to the bathroom just to look at the mirror and see if my hair was looking all right. I would strategically plan out my showers and how long my hair could dry so my hair could look good when I put up to school. That's how much effort and time and thinking power I put into my hair. Another reason to shave off your head is you don't have to fucking think about it anymore. Now, if you're listening to this and you kind of agree with what I'm saying and you have some like some realization here, like, holy shit, Marcus is actually kind of right. It might give you some anxiety of, holy shit, Marcus is right. I might actually consider shaving my head. And that makes you nervous because you don't want to shave your head. Most guys won't get a buzz cut. When you get a buzz cut, it gets you to another level, bro. This sounds corny and shit, but it's like the David Goggins mentality. If you do something that you really don't want to do, but you get it over with, it makes you feel like, holy shit, I just did that. It toughens you up mentally. Getting a buzz cut will help you tremendously on your self-improvement journey because it makes you realize that you have other areas you need improving. Maybe you need to cut down on the body fat percentage. Maybe you need to do some mental exercises, which is like neck exercises that actually get rid of like this flabby shit right here on your neck. Like if you ever saw a picture of you taken sideways and you have like not even like a jawline, it's just like flat skin. There's no visible like sharp jawline. Some mental exercises cure that. It's like some shit with like your chin right here, like these muscles right here. It's like a weird exercise example is like you have to look up and you stick up your tongue like, oh my God, that was so good. It opens up an entire new area of self-improvement because When you have long hair or you have good hair, you don't have to worry about your acne or your fucking body fat percentage or your submental zone because your hair looks good, so you look good. When you cut off your hair, you don't look good, and that's the point. That's good. If you look ugly without hair, that is enough of a reason to cut your hair off, because how you actually look is like this. This is how I actually look. Improve that. All right, to conclude what was said in this video, if you are going to look ugly, if you get a buzz cut, that's the entire reason why you should. Expose your flaws to everyone. It'll massively improve your self-improvement journey because you focus now on things that actually matter, like your face instead of your hair. It forces you to kick girls out of the picture because for the next 6 months, you're not going to get any pussy. It saves time and it makes you more productive and it makes you more disciplined and it makes you better than like 99% of guys who are too scared and rely too much on their hair for them to be able to pull girls. Cut your fucking hair off. This was Marcus Blake, and I will catch y'all boys later.